What up, what up, what up? I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people, yeah. I'm for the people. Oh man, I have so much on my mind. Um, I was in my head communing with the Father, and I was like, Father, you know my heart. You know my pure intentions. You know my motives. I'm not seeking to hurt anyone on purpose. I'm not seeking to um, put the wood to anybody in particular. Okay, I'm literally here to speak the word of the Most High, that living word that ain't never gonna change. It was here in the beginning, and it'll be here in the end. And all the prophets spoke the same word. The promised anointed one came here to the earth to speak the same word. And every single time that that word is being spoken upon the earth, amongst people who are complacent, living in evil, gross darkness, the kingdom of Satan, we are hated. Okay? But your time is up, people. The name of the audio that we're going to be reviewing today, you only have two options: life or death. Okay? Good or evil. Alright? Righteousness or wickedness. There is no in between. Your time is up. Okay? For straddling the fence. Those of you that's straddling the fence. Okay? You got one foot in evil deeds and the other foot you trying to portray yourself as righteous. You can't be righteous when you're doing evil. Let that sink in. I ain't here to condemn nobody. See, it's the living word that condemns you. If you feel condemned, if you feel conviction, I advise you to not ignore it. I advise you to seek your maker. I advise you to go within. Because that uneasy feeling that you get when you hear this word by the way of the Spirit, that's cognitive dissonance. That's your ego. Understand what it is. Understand what's causing that uneasy feeling. Yes, it's scary to hear the opposite in what you hold as a core belief. Okay? It's scary, especially if it's fear-based. And religion, okay? If you're in a religion, you are harder to liberate than those who are not a part of a religion, okay? Because it's fear-based. You think if you let go of your core belief, then you gonna perish for eternity in a lake of fire. Christian. They psyched you out, okay? Psych. You are eternal. Your spirit is eternal. And your spirit is fire. Therefore, it ain't gonna feel no physical pain like your fleshly body, okay? Why are you so fearful? The only thing that's gonna burn and torment you for what will be like eternity and be an endless worm that will never die is your evil deeds replaying itself in your conscience over and over and over. Alright? And depending on what kingdom you end up going to, if you go to the telestial, bro, I'm not even trying to go this deep, okay? But the powers of Satan in the demonic realm, they have full reign in the telestial kingdom, okay? The telestial kingdom is the lowest kingdom, all right? So you only go there when you are wholly evil, when you are wholly wicked, when you're murdering people, when you're doing heinous things upon the earth. Okay, most people go into the terrestrial kingdom. That's a different level. All right, but you're gonna remember. It's like gonna be a constant remembrance, a constant reminder of that which you did to others that caused their suffering. Okay, you're not gonna be able to erase that. All right, that's gonna play in your mind, bro. That is what is hell. Okay, your conscience convicting you, tormenting you. All right, that's what it is. Okay, so hey, you want to hold on to your core belief of Christianity and literally believe that you're going to burn physically, like, for eternity? How? Explain how your flesh is going to burn for eternity. That's impossible. No. Your flesh would not burn for eternity. Okay? It is your spirit that's already immortal. Okay? So the only thing that you take with you when you pass from mortality is your memories. Okay? You just don't remember from the spirit when you come into mortality. But when you leave mortality, you leave with all the memories. All right? The only way that your conscience will be clear and you'll be free to be happy for eternity is if your conscience is clear. And the only way to wipe your conscience clear is to repent, to humble yourself like a child. Repent of your evil deeds and do what you can to atone. Okay? Therefore, the good will outweigh the bad. And that will combat against the negativity. Okay? You're not going to reap that negative energy because you would have overturned it by positive energy. All right? You got to let go of the religion, because that's what has caused many people to stumble. And I didn't plan any of this. Okay? I speak by way of the Spirit. All right? So I ain't got no notes. Okay? Now, to be honest, I did take a couple of notations here, keywords of what I need to look up in my photos and whatnot, and I took down a note of the link that we're going to be going to. But other than that, I ain't got no notes. Okay? I flow by way of the Spirit. Hold on. So, I told you the name of the audio that we're gonna be going over. It was recorded on 5/27/24. You only have two options: life or death. Okay? We're gonna go ahead and get into it, bro, because I'm not trying to talk forever. Alright? Now, it's going to start a little bit about my life. Of course, when this was recorded on 5/27, I did not have internet. I didn't have internet. I was still facing that notice to vacate, because I didn't get to take care of that until sometime the next month. All right, the following month, June. Okay, in June. All right, so June 6th had passed. June 6th had came, and on June 6th, I got a second notice to vacate. All right, so I was facing a lot. Okay, I was facing a hell of a lot. No internet, two notices to vacate the premises because I did not have money to pay. All right, and I had no idea how I would get internet back. But I recorded this on 5/27/24. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it started. Oh man, I gotta get some thoughts out. This is crazy, bro. I'm watching Big Judah, the Church of Cain. Hold on, let me actually bring that up. Let me show you that. Big Judah, the Church of Cain, and I had to actually type this in exactly, bro, because they were trying to hide it. All right, so it's apparently it's a very important and powerful video because YouTube was doing the most to hide it. You know, it wouldn't come up when I typed in Church of Cain. Like, damn, I had to actually type in the whole name exactly for it to come up. All right, this right here. The Church of Cain, currently Catholic Church, admit to manipulating events for the last 2,000 years. Now, they had to do this, okay? Understand. Because you had to look at the Pope and the Catholic Church as benevolent, okay? You had to look to them as the saviors, all right? So, of course, they will have to manipulate events for the last 2,000 years. Of course, they will have to deceive the whole freaking world with a false reality. Okay? And so this is what they have done. All right? You see my brother's thumbnail? I got this picture. Hold on. See here. Does this look like something holy? Does this look like something righteous? This is a real photo from within the Vatican with the Pope. Does this not look like some kind of satanic church, bruh? Like, come on, people. Let's get real, please. You are at the end, okay? We are at the end. Yes, we are. Okay? So if you if you cannot look at this and feel all kinds of evil vibes from it, then something is wrong. Okay? This dude here is not righteous. Okay? And we gonna get into it. Those who set themselves up in authority over all humanity and all creation are not righteous. Alright? So my brother, Big Judah, this is his video. Alright? And it's an important video. Let's go ahead and continue. This is crazy, bro. I'm watching Big Judah, the Church of Cain, currently Catholic Church, admitting to manipulating events for the last 2,000 years. Okay? I'm currently without internet right now. I can't really record the video right now. That'll be coming later. Whenever I get internet. You know, I don't even have internet right now. So it'd kind of be pointless to record the video right now because I'm limited. I don't have any internet. All right. So, plus my computer is still hella laggy and tripping and whatnot. I got Photoshop up and it'll just be too much on my PC to record the video right now. But anyway, today is 5/27/2024, and I'm sitting here tripping, bro. I'm like, wow, the amount of information is being revealed right now, bro, is astounding. Okay, it is literally astounding. And the spirit of truth is on one accord. You know, so that's why, you know, I plug in my brethren that's doing this work, okay? Hold on. Let's see. Age of Truth. Because we're going into the age of Aquarius, okay? And that's the age of awakening, all right? People need to understand we're moving out of the age of Pisces where everybody was kept asleep, all right? Now, the age of believing is over, all right? You don't have to believe when you know, okay? See, I let go of all my dogmatic beliefs, Okay? I let go of dogmatic beliefs. That's important. You gotta humble yourself as a child. Belief is only opinions that were given to us by other mortal men and by our own perception of the life in which we were born into. Okay? However, knowing comes from the Creator, the giver of the breath of life. All right? There is a difference between knowing and believing. We're in a different time, people. 1 second. I'm trying to find some stuff. 1 second. Alright. Rebellion. See, now I didn't create this, but see, I disagree with the age of Pisces, love being there. That should be replaced as lust. And there's no sympathy in this world. Okay? There's confusion, yes. Believing, yes. There's no true faith. All right, so I disagree with a lot of this. There's really no dream, like those who are dreamers in the age of Pisces, uh, are looked at as lazy. Okay, and so the dreamers are mistreated in this. The lovers and the dreamers, see, they included all of this, but it's only a few of us who are the lovers. Okay, but we're mistreated. There's only a few of us who are hopeful and dreamers, okay? Feel deeply and have empathy and all of that, okay? There's only a few of us doing that. The majority of humanity are confused, all right? They're seeking escapism, all right? Like, bro, I don't agree with this. I need a better thing for the age of Pisces, because the age of Pisces was all about deceit. Okay? The age of Pisces was all about deceit. So I disagree with this, in a way. I really disagree with a lot of that. So hold on. Pluto enters Aquarius. Let's see what this says. Brace yourself for a mysterious and profound shift. All right. The paradigm shift. We are in a paradigm, and it has to shift because we're in a time of balance. All right. Expect intensified dreams, glimpses into past lives, and the unveiling of new missions and dormant gifts. This period heralds a powerful phase akin to a preparation for the captivating magic brought by Pluto in Aquarius. A deja vu from the energies felt earlier in March 2023. Back then, truths were laid bare, revealing glimpses of your destined path. Revealing glimpses of your destined path. Now poised with divine support, you stand ready to embrace your inner strength. Your presence in this era isn't a coincidence. It's a deliberate choice to usher in the enchantment of divine love. Okay? I'm here to usher in divine love, compassion, mercy, empathy for all humanity and all creation that is willing to operate under the banner of divine love. Come back to the all power of love, life, and all things good, so that you can be divinely protected. Okay? Your life is a testament to resilience, turning every obstacle and heartbreak into a testament of love's triumph. You've defied closure and instead allowed your heart to infinitely expand, becoming a beacon of inspiration for those around you, showcasing the extraordinary possibilities when one surrenders their heart to freedom and happiness and all things good. Okay? I am not complacent with being ruled by wicked people. Okay? Now, I didn't create this. I saved this, alright? Let's see if I can find anything else, like bringing out what I was trying to talk about, bro. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, bro, this is crazy. Hold on a second, people. Alright. Let's see what this says. This is another thing that I saved. Alright. The awakening of the children of light. Okay? Yes. The children of light, we are awakened. Alright? Now, I know a lot of people have a problem with referencing our ancestors, but some of our ancestors were righteous. The prophets were righteous. The Messiah, the promised anointed one, is one of our ancestors. Okay? So, bruh, I follow the Good Shepherd. Guess what? He's one of my ancestors. Okay? The one that the world wants to call Jesus? Yeah, that's one of my ancestors. Okay? So, hold on. And it was prophesied that we would awaken in the land of our captivity. Alright? This has come true. Alright? 1 second. Still looking. I don't know where all my stuff is at, bro, dealing with this. Alright, so this is one. We are entering a time period of unusual and sudden events. It's already begun. Okay? Only those who have the revelation of the Holy Spirit will discern the seasons. Okay? Hold on. Damn, bro. Hold on. Hold on. I'm still looking for something. I'm looking for all my other stuff that I have dealing with this. 1 second. Oh, well. Hold on. Well, I mean, I got it in a lot of books, but I was looking for the memes that I got. I know I got a lot. Oh, hold on a second. Like the age of Aquarius, like the age that we're living in. This is the age of enlightenment, okay? This is the age of enlightenment. 1 second. Since I can't find anything on my PC, bro. Alright. In enlightenment circles, it has been since long predicted that the Aquarian age will bring about the brotherhood of men. Okay? That's what I'm trying to show you. The age that we are entering into is to bring about the brotherhood of men and all creation. Okay? They say this goes beyond humanitarian efforts and implies a change of paradigm. Yes, we're in a paradigm shift. Okay? A change in the way we think and feel about humanity. Okay? Therefore, I'm not here to conform to the mentality that we've all been presented. Okay? and force fed. All right, the mentality of self-serving. All right, the mentality of do what you can for yourself. All right, the selfish mentality. All right, that was brought about by Lucifer and the wicked. Okay, you you can't have an age of the brotherhood of man and selfishness. Okay, we have to come out of the age of selfishness into an age of love and brotherhood of men. Okay, caring for one another, divine love. Okay, mercy, empathy, compassion. Okay, not survival of the fittest. All right. The Aquarian age is a time of great complexity. See, I've always been very deep, and people want to sum me up on surface level. All right, all my life, and never allow me to have a voice. Okay, just sum me up, and that's that. Okay, so I was always invisible. I was never seen for who I truly am. Okay? Because I have great complexity. All right? But we're entering into the time where this is going to be respected. Okay? All my life I was not respected. And I really don't care about clout of men and honor and status, glory, or any of that. But I have always cared about at least being respected for who I am individually as a person. All right? Not mistreated because I'm not somebody prominent. Not mistreated because I don't have money. I don't have this. I don't have that. You know, you're not respecting me for my qualities. And what I have, I'm looked at as nothing, all right? As if I don't have anything to offer, though I have the fruits of the Spirit. Even when I was in ignorance, I had more of the fruits of the Spirit than most people around me. Okay, because they were lacking compassion, but I had compassion. They were lacking mercy, but I had mercy. They were lacking empathy, but I had empathy. They were lacking divine love, but I had divine love. Okay? Deep down within me, I was packed in with these qualities. All right, as our sense of personal identity and our very foundation shifts. Okay? So I was always myself, but I was demonized for being myself in the age of Pisces. Hold on. Mm-hmm. 1 second, people. Should probably be bringing that out in just a moment. Hold on. And we're going to be getting off of this soon. I just wanted to make sure I get everything dealing with this and the time that we're living in, okay? And see, a lot of people these days, hold on, let's see something right here. Oh my gosh. Welcoming the age of Aquarius is a time when humanity takes compassionate and enlightened control of its own destiny. Okay? Yes, is an age of ideas and inspiration that comes by way of the Spirit, not from mortal men and their schooling system. All right? Like yesterday we went over where the schooling came from, how it came from Nimrod, okay? The high priesthood of Mahan, the satanic priesthood, okay? Therefore, the satanic priesthood has caused this. The Spirit clearly says that in the latter times, some will abandon the faith and follow deceiving spirits and such things taught by demons. Such teachings come through hypocritical liars whose consciousness have been seared as with a hot iron. Okay? And we're going to go in depth on how this happened. Alright? Because you need to understand, in order for humanity to get to the state that is in right now, where hardly no one have compassion in their heart, love, mercy, empathy for their neighbor the way that they love themselves, there's only a handful of us upon the earth, and we're despised. Okay, like, oh my God, I can't tell you how despised I am, but I have not a hateful bone in my body. That's absolutely insane. I'm literally here to help all humanity and all creation, but I have been spat upon. I've been shat upon. Why do you people hate divine love? This is why you are so close to meeting your end, destruction. Alright? Not saying for eternity, okay, but you about to reap what you have been sowing. Alright? And yes, you about to be wiped up off this land. Some of you are going to die physically. Alright? And you're going to be reaping spiritually. Yes. Alright? I feel sorry for many of you. I really do. Okay? Especially those of you who are pompous and puffed up in your pride and your arrogance, and you're blowing this off, so you're not even listening. You're not even giving yourself an opportunity to be spared. Yeah, I feel for you, because it's going to be so bad for you. If only you had listened. If only you had humbled yourself as a child. You either humble yourself or you will be humbled. Pride cometh before a great fall. I'm not up here on this platform prideful and in arrogance whatsoever. I'm being obedient. I'm here out of obedience. I was speaking with the Father before I got on here. And you know, bruh, if I did not do what I'm doing, you know, I was talking to him about, you know, I know I got to do my due diligence. I know I got to get on here and speak to these people, whether they listen or they fail to listen. Because if I don't do it, then it will be upon my conscience. All right? It will be upon my conscience. And I can't have this upon my conscience. All right? I got to bear my soul. All right? It's time. It's time for me to bear my soul. Okay? Because your time is quickly running out. Okay? So, let's continue. Like, and it all being, you know, brought together to give us a bigger picture, more clarity and understanding of the times that we're living in, okay? So, let me take that back just a tad bit. The amount of information is being revealed right now, bro, is astounding. Okay? It is literally astounding. Like, and it all being, you know, brought together to give us a bigger picture, more clarity and understanding of the times that we're living in, okay? So, I'm really happy about this, bro. Because though in my physical life, you know, I'm suffering a lot, still facing, you know, rent not being paid, you know, still don't have internet. Hold on a second. Me not having a physical picture on social media has nothing to do with anything that I have stated. So, anyway, okay, hold on a second. Alright, because I found something that I wanted to. Let's see. Hold on a second, people. Okay. So, this is going based on also this paradigm shift, okay? So you see, the system is not working. Clearly, it's not working because all humanity and all creation is not happy. All right, only a few are happy, living lavishly. All right, while majority of humanity is suffering. All right, so the system is not working. That is how a paradigm shift begins. The established way of seeing the world no longer functions. Okay, so because the established way of seeing the world no longer functions, there is going to be a paradigm shift. All right, you see this heart? All right, divine love. All right, those of us beings that are divine love, okay, upon earth, all right, we are extensions of the Great Spirit here to usher in this paradigm shift, okay? Yes. We're here. It's the starseed upon the earth. Alright? The children of light. Okay? We're here now. Alright? Let's continue. So, anyway, I need to go ahead and, read you this, part of this book from, I forget who it's by. Let me go ahead and pull up that book right quick, people. Work with me. Alright, work with me 1 second. The name of the book is What the Old Ones Say, and I don't know who is the author. It's a screenshot that I get, okay? It's a screenshot that I get. I forget who it's by. But I think is from What the Old Ones Say. Alright, something like that. The title of it, What the Old Ones Say. Alright. Now check it out. In 1 Kings 21, we find the story of a man named Naboth. He was a humble man of the Most High who owned a vineyard that had been passed down for generations in his family. Unfortunately for Naboth, it was inconveniently situated adjacent to the palace. King Ahab wanted to expand his garden, so he sought to purchase the land. However, Naboth refused to sell the land, which was the family inheritance. King Ahab pouted that he was not getting what he wanted. So Queen Jezebel fabricated evidence against Naboth for blasphemy and promptly had him stoned to death. Naboth's land was then confiscated for the evil king and queen. Interestingly enough, an amazing parallel can be seen centuries later in Taino Indian history. The land and resources that were an inheritance to my Taino people for over 2,000 years was suddenly coveted by one of the most powerful world leaders, Queen Isabella of Spain. Their scout, Columbus, had reported back to Spain that gold medallions were worn by the elite of our Taino society. Kind of like Flavor Flav and his gold medallion. his gold clock. Okay, and Google hid a lot of this. Okay, like when I tried to search it on Google, they pretty much hid. But I remember as a child, bro, I used to watch Yo MTV Raps, and Flavor Flav would be on there in the late '80s and 90s, or like, the late '80s or so, and he had this big ass gold clock. Okay, like he was known for wearing a huge gold chains and whatnot. All right, and a whole bunch of our people known for wearing the gold chains. You know what I'm saying? Huge gold medallions and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? My people is known for that. All right, and this is exactly what we were doing back then. Okay, so let's continue. Let me go back just a tad bit. All right. Queen Isabella of Spain. Their scout, Columbus, had reported back to Spain that gold medallions were worn by the elite of our Taino society. Kind of like Flavor Flav and his gold medallion. Gold fever struck. The monarchy wanted gold-filled land at any cost. Nothing and nobody would stand in the way of Spain getting it. Lives would be lost, and it did not matter to the Spanish monarchy the price innocent lives paid to get it. So hold on. All right, because I'm gonna show you the Taino people. First of all right, the Taino Indians owned all the islands from Cuba to Aruba. They called the territory Borinquen. The midpoint for a meeting place was Puerto Rico. The ceremony held for the meeting of all the island chiefs was called Sicar. The actual Indian word for cigar was tobacco. When Columbus came, he didn't understand he was witnessing a 2,000-year-old culture of Indians. Okay? Now, again, let's go back to that video by Big Cheetah. Alright, hold on a second. Bro. I hate that they force crap, bro. It pisses me off. Force their freaking ad. Alright. The Church of Cain, currently Catholic Church, admit to manipulating events for the last 2,000 years. Okay? When Columbus came, he didn't understand he was witnessing a 2,000-year-old culture of Indians. You see how they are depicted. Okay? We were free in these lands. Alright? Oh, we're just beginning. We are just beginning, people. 1 second. Okay, we're just beginning. Let me get you another picture of the Taino Indians. Hold on. They know that they are Tainos. Okay. They know that they're Tainos. These are the Tainos. Tainos. Okay? The original people. Now, 1 second. Let me get a book. Because let me go back just a tad bit. We're gonna read this. Gold fever struck. The monarchy wanted gold-filled land at any cost. Nothing and nobody would stand in the way of Spain getting it. Lives would be lost, and it did not matter to the Spanish monarchy the price innocent lives paid to get it. So they built their kingdom on bloodshed. Yes, they built their kingdom on bloodshed. Now let me get another book. Return of the Children of Light. Okay. And this is talking about the Spanish. Okay. Now let's go down here. Let's see. The conquistadors, driven by overwhelming greed and a blind arrogance based on an indoctrinated sense of moral superiority, but had two interests: subjugation and gold. This is from a book entitled Return of the Children of Light. Okay? Return of the Children of Light. The Spanish were seeking their god gold. Okay? Alright? The conquistadors, driven by an overwhelming greed and a blind arrogance based upon an indoctrinated sense of moral superiority, had but two interests: subjugation and gold. Didn't we just read that over here? Gold fever struck. The monarchy wanted gold-filled land at any cost. Nothing and nobody would stand in the way of Spain getting it. Isn't the Pope over in Spain? The Vatican, isn't that like Spaniard area? That's the Spaniards. That's the Jesuits. Okay? Lives will be lost. And it did not matter to the Spanish monarchy the price innocent lives paid to get it. Let's continue reading. The story in Mesoamerica is much the same as that in Peru. All of this is the fourth part of the earth, though. All of this is the set apart land with the set apart people that was upon the set apart land. Although in both regions, even long after their golden ages, the civilizations overrun by the Spanish were in many ways far more advanced and progressive than the cities of Spain at that time. So why don't we hear about the greatness of Mesoamerica and Peru, South America, the Americas? How come we don't hear about the greatness of the Americas before Christopher Columbus? Especially when it was far more advanced and progressive than the cities of Spain at that time. Since the Vatican had decreed that the indigenous people of the Americas were not human, 3/5 of a human, who was labeled 3/5 of a human being? Wouldn't that be so-called African Americans? Wouldn't that be so-called black people? Isn't this the ideology that so-called black people are not human and thus had no souls? Hold on. Give me just a moment. I flow by way of the Spirit. Let's see. Hold on. This is not what I'm looking for, but this is what they did. You can see a clear illustration of this is what they did to break our spirit, okay, and confess our love for their version of the Messiah, okay? 1 second, I'm still looking for what I'm actually looking for. Give me just a moment. Okay, I think this is it. All right. The early European Christians' conversion of us into being Christian had absolutely nothing to do with the saving of our souls. This is an irrefutable fact. The Europeans believed that so-called black people had no souls. Okay? The Europeans believed that, quote, black people had no souls, and that heaven was strictly for whites only. The true reason they brutally converted us into their false religion, their ideology, was to instill the myth of a white God into the minds of the slave. This made the slaves more subservient toward the Europeans, thereby creating a more loyal servant to their masters. Okay? So they beat this into us. All right? Hold on. 1 second. To this day, my people are enamored. All right? They have these pictures, they have these paintings up in their homes. Go back and watch Good Times. All right? And how, I forget the little boy's name. All right? But he was telling his mom that Jesus is black, right? And, was pointing out why Jesus is like, I don't understand why we have that. When the scripture says that he had hair of wool and that his feet burned, as his feet was like bronze, as if it burned in a furnace. All right? And then his older brother was like, if anyone had ever been lost, it'd be us. All right? If anyone had ever been lost, it'd be us. See, they tell you the truth in the movies, people. But see, you don't want to believe that we are them people. Okay? Anything but that, right? Anything but that. But the system is not working. All right? The system ain't working. That's how this paradigm shift begins, all right? Because the age that we're entering, like, people know that this system is not working, okay? And now the children of light have been risen to speak this truth. Okay? And we're putting all the clues together for you. All right? We're showing you how this happened. All right? Let's keep reading, people. Let's keep going. Since the Vatican had decreed that the indigenous people of the Americas were not human and thus had no souls, anything was tolerated in the blind pursuit of the one and only God. Gold. Okay? From Cuzco alone, the Spanish took billions of dollars worth of gold, often in the form of extraordinary pieces of artwork, melted into ingots. Much of the wealth that came from the conquest ended up in the coffers of the Catholic Church, which in turn continued to support the conquistadors. Ultimately, the goal of the conquistadors was to break the spirit of the people. We were enslaved and brutalized, stripped of everything that had meaning, and our spiritual practices were outlawed. Okay? Our spiritual practices were outlawed. However, despite this violence, The seed did not die. Some of us went underground, within the unconscious, where in the realm of our deepest yearnings, it awaited the return of the light. Let me see if it comes up. Alright, I think this is it. Alright, woe to the city of David. Stop and be astonished. Blind yourselves and be sightless. Be drunk, but not with wine. Stagger, but not from strong drink. For the Most High has allowed to be poured out upon you a spirit of deep sleep. Our eyes were shut. The eyes of the prophets were shut. He had covered the heads of the seers. All right? Yes. So, well, some of it, like, I had the eyes to see all my life, okay? But I did not have no understanding. All right? 1 second. Let's see. Hold on. Gotta find out where I'm at. Alright. Alright. I didn't plan any of this, people, so hold on. This all happened to us. So it will be for all the many nations who go battle against Mount Zion. Alright, hold on. We were brought low. Alright. You will speak from the ground and out of the dust. Your words, your words will be muffled. Like all my life, people tried to muzzle me all my life. People tried to suppress my spirit all my life. Your voice will be like a spirit from the ground. Your speech will whisper out of the dust. But your many foes will be like fine dust. The multitude of the ruthless like a blowing shaft. Then suddenly, in an instant, you will be visited by the Most High of Hosts with thunder and earthquake and loud noise, with windstorm, that's a tornado, and tempest, the storms, and consuming flame of fire. All the many nations going out to battle against us, even all who war against us, laying siege and attacking us, will be like a dream. All it is, like a vision in the night, as when a hungry man dreams he is eating, then awakens still hungry. As when a thirsty man dreams he is drinking, then awakens faint and parched. So will it be for all the many nations who go battle against Mount Zion. So there is a great judgment upon all the nations who invaded and partook of the blessings of Satan unknowingly. Okay? Because the red carpet was laid out to all nations to come to the Americas and live the American dream, giving no thought for the original people that were already here. Because we were all lied to and told that they brought us here from Africa. Alright? They lied. They lied about everything. Alright? Stop and be astonished. Blind yourselves and be sightless. Be drunk, but not with wine. Stagger, but not from strong drink. For the Most High has allowed to be poured out upon us a spirit of deep sleep. The eyes of the prophets has been covered, our heads, O seers. The entire vision will be to you like the word sealed in a scroll. If it is handed to someone to read, he will say, I cannot, because it is sealed. Or if the scroll is handed to one unable to read, he will say, I cannot read. Therefore the Most High said, These people draw near to me with their mouths and honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. See, my people were a wicked people. They were a stiff-necked people. They wanted to worship the Most High superficially. All right? They wanted to profess his name, but yet serve demons of bloodshed. Okay? Yeah. They wanted to shed blood. They wanted to eat dead bodies and just confess that they served the Most High. You know, they wanted to worship him in their own way. They wanted to say that the innocent blood of the animals covered their sins. Okay, they didn't want to have the ears to hear the Great Spirit. All right, so their hearts were far from the Most High. Their worship of me is but rules taught by men. That's religion. Okay? Therefore, I will again confound these people with wonder upon wonder. Okay, he didn't do this to us. He just removed protection. And it was these nations that confounded us with wonder upon wonder. All right? They changed everything. These people changed times. Okay? They changed all kinds. They changed times and laws, okay? You gotta understand the depths that these wicked people went to in order to cover up this truth, okay? Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hand. And see, why do they put they instead of the seed of this land, the children of Israel, the blessed promised seed? Okay? We shall be allowed into his hand until a time and times and a dividing of time. Okay? That is the times of the Gentiles. All right? The Gentiles did this. And we were allowed to go into their hands for a period of time. We have been in a dividing of time since 1492. Understand, Christopher Columbus was allowed over here by the Great Spirit. Okay? And it was for a good reason. All right? But the judgment shall sit. The judgment shall sit. All right? You got to build up your iniquity. All right? You got to humble us for centuries. But the judgment shall sit. And they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it until the end. All right? And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. And all dominions shall serve and obey the children of light. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me. But I kept the matter in my heart. Make sure I pronounce this word correctly. Bruh, come on.
Cogitation.
Cogitation, the act of thinking deeply about something. Contemplation. So Daniel was contemplating on this. Okay? So all of this time, the judgment set. And you know, the wicked were allowed to just rape, rob, murder, and destroy us, destroy our greatness, hide who we truly are, and put titles upon us: black, colored, African American. You know, like, bruh, this is how they did it. All right? And they took away our land from us, our resources, all of our possessions. They consumed and they destroyed until the Most High puts an end to it. Okay, because you got a time limit. Do you see this? This is an eternal time interval that cannot be altered by mortal men. Okay, you Gentiles only have a time, times, and a dividing of time, the half a time. Okay, your time was the Greeks. That time came and went. The times was the Romans. That time came and went. The dividing of time is the revived Roman Empire, in which we have all been living. And all humanity and all creation has been groaning and suffering under the rule and boot of the worst of the heathen. Okay? All this time, the holy people have been trampled underfoot. The Holy Land has been abused by the worst of the heathen. All of the creation, the animals being mistreated in the slaughterhouses, all the wildlife. You got all of these Gentiles literally hanging up the dead heads in their homes, in their offices, in their places as a businesses. All right? They pride themselves on death and destruction. Hunting is a pastime for these ruthless people. But when the Most High says your time is up, the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven is going to be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey the children of light. And it's going to be done in righteousness, not wickedness. Those who serve us and obey, because we're only being obedient to the Great Spirit. Alright, so you'll be serving those of the Great Spirit. You'll be obeying those of the Great Spirit. Okay? Which in turn means you'll be obeying the Great Spirit. Alright? And you're not going to be oppressed. You're not going to be in tyranny. None of that. You're going to be happy and free. Hitherto is the end of the matter. Alright? Daniel contemplated on this. Alright? Because he knew that his people were going to face great tribulation. So you don't want to talk about our great tribulation. Let's go back over here. Alright? Now, the wisdom of the wise will vanish, and the intelligence of the intelligent will be hidden. Woe to those who dig deep to hide their plans from the Most High. Oh, isn't this what the heathen have done? Aren't they hiding their hands? Hiding their hands. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get a picture of them hiding their hands. 1 second. Bro, why? I don't understand why my computer does this, bro. 1 second, people. I don't understand why when I'm flowing by way of the spirit and I'm looking for something, it doesn't want to come up. But it always comes up when I'm not looking for it. It's crazy. So give me just a moment, people. Work with me. All right. I just brung it up the other day, bro. I really wish just stop messing with me. Mm. Just brung it up the other day. I do not like that, bro. I'm trying to flow by way of the spirit, and it's like it's not bringing up what I'm needing on my PC. Oh. Okay. Finally. Alright, so you see these people who set themselves up in authority. Notice their hands. See how they have their hands in their coat? This is a meaning. The hidden hand. Okay? The hidden hand. Of course, Google is not going to bring up what I'm needing. Let's see. The hidden hand, the Messianic hand gesture. Alright, all of these people had a confederacy. The hidden hand, you see this? Joseph Stalin, the hidden hand. Alright, Karl Marx, the hidden hand. All of these people, George Washington, hidden hand. Barack Obama, hidden hand. Okay? Understand the hidden hand. Okay? The hidden hand. Alright? Could it just be a coincidence that all of these I can't read that because of that. Famous men, okay. All of these famous men and women, when posing for a picture or portrait, hid one of their hands. Why are they hiding their hands? Why are they hiding their hands? You should ask yourself, why they hiding their hands? This is prophecy. One second. Book of Enoch, alright? You do know that you acquired these lands by raping, robbing, and murdering the aboriginal indigenous people that were here before you came, correct? That's what this huge ass elephant in the room is asking you people. You do realize this, right? You do realize that you are squatting on indigenous land and you just set your ass on us, okay? You set your ass on us. You got your foot on our neck, okay? We were already here. But you came over here, your people came over here and manifested their destiny. Just set they ass on us. That just wipe they ass all on us. Just stomping all over us. Not giving a damn about us, okay? So because of that, of course, you want to ignore all of this. Did you hear that? I just ignore it. This is you people, alright? Yeah, we don't like to talk about it. There's a reason you don't want to talk about it, alright? Ignoring the elephant in the room. Enoch, chapter 102. But rather to assist those who plunder and devour us, those who diminish us and hide their oppression, who remove not their yoke from us. They only remove the yoke of iron physically. But there's still many shackles and chains on the minds of my people mentally. There's many shackles and chains on my people spiritually. Alright? Because of all the great wickedness and the atrocities that these people did to us. Alright? So they remove not their yoke from us, all right, but devour, enervate, and slay us, who conceal our slaughter, nor remember that they have lifted up their hands against us. So you don't want to remember what you have done in our land to us in order for you to walk around with the blessings of Lucifer and claim that it came from the Most High. Claim that it came from the Great Spirit, whom you call God. No, see, we read earlier that your God is the God of gold. Okay, where is that at? Yeah. Blind pursuit of the one and only God, gold. Okay? You have no regard for us because in your mind, we're not human. We're 3/5 of a human. Okay? Blind arrogance based on an indoctrinated sense of moral superiority. What kind of moral values have the Europeans brought to this society? I ask this question genuinely. Where are the morals in our society? We live in a moralist, okay? There's no morals. The absence of morals. We live in the absence of moral society. Okay? It's the absence of morality. That's what the Gentiles as a whole, that's what the Europeans as a whole brought about upon all humanity and all creation. Pretty much the majority of humanity are not led by morality, but by status quo. And status quo is survival of the fittest by any means necessary. So yes, you want to hide your hands. Alright, the wisdom of the wise shall vanish, and the intelligence of the intelligent will be hidden. Alright, I can bring up another connection to this. He caused us to vomit up our wisdom, the corrupting of the corrupter. Alright? Let's go down here to verse 13. So they caused them to vomit up their wisdom and their knowledge and prepared them for mindlessness. Okay? Then they abandoned them. So we stumble about like mad and corrupted men. Alright? Since there is no understanding in them, neither do they seek it. Many of my people, when I ask them, have you ever questioned what you've been taught to believe? Have you ever questioned your reality? They look at me like I'm crazy. Like, why would I do that? But I have been made wise, so as not to fall into the hands of the deceivers. And I myself rejoice, because the truth has gone with me. For I was established and lived and was redeemed, and my foundations were laid on the account of the Most High's hand, because he has planted me. For he set the root and watered it, and endowed it, and blessed it, and its fruits will be forever. It penetrated deeply and sprang up and spread out. It was full and was enlarged. And Yahusha alone was glorified in his planting and in his cultivation, in his care and in the blessing of his lips, in the beautiful planting of his right hand. and in the attainment of his planting, and in the understanding of his mind. All praises to the Most High. For we are his vine, here operating in our spiritual mission. Woe to those who dig deep and hide their plans from the Most High. You people of the hidden hand. See, they think that they're hiding their plans from the Most High. It was only allowed for a period of time. You got to build up your atrocities. Okay? In darkness they do their works and say, quote, who sees us and who will know? End quote. They have turned things upside down and backward. Good is called evil, and evil is called good. Light has been put for darkness, and darkness have been put for light. The holy wicked have all the resources of the earth. Therefore, all humanity and all creation is suffering, because those that have the reins of the earth is out for selfish gain. Do you not realize what I'm saying? As if the potter were regarded as the clay. They have turned things upside down, as if the potter were regarded as clay. Okay? You have debased the truth. You have debased the real. You have debased the authentic. You have debased the original. You have debased the creator. Okay? Shall what is formed say to him who formed it, he did not make me? Now we all know that Europeans cannot have a black baby. 2 Europeans cannot have a black baby. A so-called black baby, okay? It would be impossible. But we, the indigenous aboriginal people, the original people, we produce all shades of children, okay? All shades, from pale skin all the way to, what they call dark skin, but rich, a deep, rich brown, okay? Anywhere from light to so-called dark, okay? We produce all of that. My brother, my blood brother, we have the same mother and father. But my brother was always known as high yellow, okay? He's very, very light-skinned, okay? High yellow is what he was called. He was picked on for being high yellow. All right? So, you debase us. You have to wear sunscreen, Europeans, in order to be in the sun. When you wear sunscreen, that's a synthetic, that's a synthetic melanin type substance that you have to put on your skin to protect you from UV rays. But we naturally have that. But you're on our land acting like you have moral superiority. Okay? Acting like you are superior to us. Okay? They have turned things upside down and backward, as if the potter were regarded as clay. Shall what is formed say to him who formed it, he did not make me? Can the pottery say of the potter, he has no understanding? Like, bruh, we come from the Most High. Okay? We're the children of light upon the earth, who have been debased as nothing, while the worst of the heathen portray themselves to be godly, to be the holy people. If they were truly the holy people and those who are so enlightened, where is the righteousness to show forth for it? In a very short time, will not Lebanon become an orchard, and the orchard seem like a forest? True Lebanon is Northern California, with them humongous redwood trees, the sequoias, the tallest trees in the world. On that day, the deaf will hear the words of the scroll, and out of the deep darkness, the eyes of the blind will see. The humble will increase their joy in the Most High. Those of us who are humble to the Great Spirit, not those who are humble to the words of mortal men, to the teachings of mortal men, to their dogmatic belief systems. No, you're going to be humiliated. Okay? Because the Most High done told you the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. Okay, he told you that. Okay? But those of us who humble ourselves to the Great Spirit, we're going to increase in joy. And the poor among men will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. So you love to debase the poor. You love to persecute the poor. You love to hate us. But the Most High gonna deliver us from all you wicked people. For the ruthless will vanish. The mockers will disappear. And all who look for evil will be cut down. Those who indict a man with a word, who ensnare the mediator at the gate, and who with false charges deprive the innocent of justice. You still get many of my brothers that are innocent locked up in prison. Therefore the Most High who redeemed Abraham says of the house of Jacob, no longer will Jacob be ashamed, and no more will his face grow pale in horror of the atrocities that was allowed to come upon us as a people from another people that invaded our lands. For when he sees his children around him, the work of my hands, they will honor my name. They will sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and they will stand in awe of the power of Israel. Then the wayward in spirit will come to understanding, and those who grumble will accept instruction. So all of you are going to eventually heed to this truth. Okay? But your level of judgment depends on when you do. Because there's going to come a period of time that you're going to be judged based upon your actions, based upon your deeds. Okay? Understand the hidden hand and what they have done. All right? They hid their atrocities against us. Okay? And they lied to you. Okay? They had a period of time to do this. This is an eternal time interval. Okay? You need to understand that we've all been living in the times of the Gentiles. All right? And now is about to be a paradigm shift. Okay? And the children of light is ushering it in. Okay? Now, ultimately the goal of the conquistadors was to break the spirit of the people, So we were enslaved and brutalized, stripped of everything that had meaning, and our spiritual practices were outlawed. However, despite this violence, the seed did not die, but instead went underground within the unconscious, where in the realm of our deepest yearnings it awaited the return of the light. See, the Most High told us that He will awaken us in the land of our captivity. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it's a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Okay? 1 second. Mm-hmm. 1 second, people. Because I'm going to get the other connection to this. Where is it at? Come on now. I need this to go faster. Children of Light. Okay, there it is. Damn. Alright, so Israel shall become conscious. Alright? We became conscious and awake from our slumber. Alright? But only a remnant shall return unto him. Alright, let's go to Isaiah 10:21. A remnant of Israel shall return. On that day, the remnant of Israel and the survivors. Why we survivors? Because we were destroyed as a people. Okay? For centuries. Alright? The survivors of the house of Jacob will no longer depend on him who struck them. Okay? So now, guess what? I'm not depending upon the system that was established on my ancestral land. Okay? I'm not dependent upon my enemies. Okay? To sustain my life. Alright? But they will truly rely on the Most High, the Holy One of Israel. And yes, I have to go through a life of hell doing so, because the hearts of the people are hardened. Okay? They want to sum me up on surface level and claim that I'm not truly relying on the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, but I'm relying on people for money. I'm expecting handouts. That's the way you want to look at it. Because you're looking at it with a carnal mindset. But I'm bringing you this word by the way of the Spirit. And I'm showing you that a remnant, we are the remnant. We're the children of light that he said that he would awaken in the land of our captivity. In the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves. Now that I remember myself, and I know that this is my ancestral land, why in the hell would I beg some corporation to hire me in order to earn money so that I can live upon the earth? Why would I do that? Why would I do that when my power awakened me in the land of my captivity? Nah, son. Nah. I became conscious. I awoke from my slumber. Alright? So on this day, the remnant, those of us who had the ears to hear, all of the survivors, the remnant, the holy ones of us, of the house of Jacob, will no longer depend on him who struck us, We don't depend upon the people who established the economy. We're not depending upon the people who forced economic slavery. As a matter of fact, bro, let me flow by way of the spirit. 1 second. Let me bring this up right quick, because you're going to stop playing with us. Oh, you're going to stop playing with us. Alright? Let's get it. Well, come on, bro. Oh, goodness sakes. What the heck? I didn't mean to do that. The hell? Why the hell? That just messed me up. I didn't mean to do that, bro. Like, so let me bring this back up. What the heck is that? Hold on. Okay, good. Thank goodness. I'm like, what the hell? Alright. So now, Black Code. Now, I don't know what book this is from, people. But this is entitled Black Code and Act. Okay, slavery was employment for so-called Negroes. Okay, let me bring this up too. Alright. And, so Andrew Johnson did nothing to prevent southern states from passing black codes, severely restricted the rights of so-called freed blacks, okay, when they claimed that they freed us from slavery. All right, we were severely restricted. So it barred us from renting land, buying property, okay, kept us from serving on juries. All right, we couldn't vote at that time when voting was actually important. Okay, it ain't important today because they had all of this time to freaking establish their whole unjust, unrighteous ass system where your vote don't matter. Okay, trust me, your vote don't matter. All right, they're picking the candidates for you. But back then, you know, it was based on you know, the popular, the people, okay? It was more so based on the people. The candidates were based on the people, all right? The people were choosing which candidates to even run, okay? It wasn't the government that was choosing the candidates back then, all right? So so-called black orphans could be assigned to forced labor, all right? Keeping us powerless. It ensured a stable labor supply in the South. Okay? Black codes. Alright? This is how they systematically diminished us. Alright? And I'm proving it to you. Alright? So now let's read. Slaves to have the enjoyment of Sundays and be paid when they work on that day. Okay? So this is a very old book, so work with me as I attempt to read this. Alright? Prescribing the rules and conduct to be observed with respect to Negroes and other slaves of this territory. All right. This is a legislative law, you know, that the Gentiles wrote. All right. And I'm just going to come down here. All right. Hold on. That the inhabitants shall leave to their slaves the free enjoyment of Sundays, and shall pay them for their labor on said day, when they will employ them at the rate of 50 cents, provided that the present section shall not be construed so as to extend to slaves' employment as servants, carriage drivers, hospital waiters, or to those employed in carrying provisions to market. Okay? And be it further enacted that every owner, slave owner, that's employer these days, okay? A slave owner these days is an employer, okay? And the employees are slaves, okay? Every owner shall be held to give to his slaves the quantity of provisions hereafter specified, to wit, 1 barrel of Indian corn, or the equivalent thereof in rice, beans, or other grain, and a pint of salt, and to deliver the fame to the said slaves in kind. Okay, so as you can see, we were put under slavery, subjection, economic slavery. Okay, so why would we have to work in our own land for things that we already had? Well, it's because the Great Spirit allowed the heathens to come and steal our land and put us under subjection. So now we no longer had control over the resources of our land. It was no longer our land. It became their land. And now we're having to slave for our possessions. Okay, we have to work for them. And then they pay us what they want to pay us. Okay? But time's up for that. I no longer have to participate in that. But you people want to demonize me because I no longer participate in that. But it tells you in Isaiah 10:20, on that day, the remnant of Israel and the survivors of the house of Jacob will no longer depend on him who struck them, but we will truly rely on the Great Spirit, the Holy One of Israel. All right? We'll truly rely upon the Great Spirit and the promised Anointed One who is the Ascended Master, the Holy One of Israel. A remnant will return, a remnant of Jacob, to the mighty power, the almighty power, the everlasting eternal power. All right? The one that established the eternal law of sowing and reaping. The one that put those eternal time intervals in motion. Yeah, that power. Though your people, O Israel, be like the sand of the sea, only a remnant will return. Because the majority of my people don't have the ears to hear, nor the heart to receive. They are caught up in superficiality. Destruction has been decreed, overflowing with righteousness. Hold on. The destruction of this wicked ass system. All right, so all we got to do is continue to be righteous. All we got to do is continue to be obedient. Because if my people who are called by my name humble themselves, if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, pray and seek my face, then will I hear from heaven, and I will heal their land. I will forgive their sin. All right, there we go. 2 Chronicles, okay? Yeah. Turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. This was in store for us, all right? This is coming for us, the remnant of us, all right? Those of us who come back to the mighty power, okay? Though your people, O Israel, be like the sand of the sea, only a remnant will return. Destruction has been decreed, overflowing with righteousness. For the Most High of hosts will carry out the destruction decreed upon the whole land, upon the wicked. Yes, he's going to allow you wicked people to reap what you have been sowing. All right? Therefore, this is what the Most High Power says. O my people who dwell in Zion, do not fear these wicked people, who strikes you with a rod and lifts his staff against you, as the Egyptians did. For in just a little while, this fury, this cursing, all of these tribulations that's come upon you will subside. And all of this tribulation will come upon the wicked. All right, will come upon the wicked who took us into captivity. All right, it's not the Great Spirit that's doing this. I'm not going to read it exact, okay? Because only the wicked say that the Great Spirit is both good and evil. but it's that eternal law of sowing and reaping that's in motion. And the wicked reap destruction because this is what they have sown. Destruction does not come from the Great Spirit. Okay? You reap the energy that you put out in the earth during your mortality. Okay? It doesn't come from the Great Spirit. It comes from your own wickedness. Okay? So in just a little while, that eternal law of sowing and reaping is going to pass. The destruction is going to pass from us. Reaping destruction is going to pass from us, and it's going to go into the hands of those who destroyed us. All right? And you guys are going to have the whip against you. All right? And it's going to be as in the days of ancient Egypt, when Egypt was destroyed in order to free his people. Okay? It's going to be a repeat of that, but on a massive scale. Okay? On that day, the burden will be lifted from your shoulders and the yoke from your neck. The yoke will be broken because your neck will be too large. See, he is emboldened us. All right? We are emboldened to speak this word by the way of the Spirit. Let me check my time. I'm at 1:46. All right? So the wicked, they storing up their supplies and all of this. They're prepping and all of these things. All right? But none of that's gonna help them. All right? Yet today they will halt, shaking a fist at the mount of the daughter of Zion, at the hill of Jerusalem. All right? Behold, says the Most High of hosts, he will allow the branches with terrifying, he will lop off the branches with terrifying power. This, bruh, it's not coming from the Most High, but he's going to allow y'all to be brought to shame. Okay, you about to be beat down. All right, the earth itself is about to rise up against you. Okay, yes, all the angels that's been serving us, okay, ain't gonna serve you no more. All right. You about to see better than I can tell you. All right, the tall trees. Okay, billionaires. Okay, you about to be cut down. All right, the lofty ones will be felled. All right, he will clear the forest thickets with an axe, and Lebanon will fall before the mighty one. All right, this talking about the wicked, the holy wicked who are up on top living lavishly and crushing his people. All right, you're going to be brought to shame. All right, now, understand that we're about to be delivered. Okay, so we know that he is the Most High, our power. All right, for he gave us a heart and ears to hear. I have praised him in the land of my captivity. I have his name in mind. Christ conscience. I don't do anything against my maker. All right. That will cause me to be convicted in my conscience. All right. That will cause my heart to be corrupted. Okay. I don't do any of that. I keep my heart pure. All right. I keep my conscience clear. All right. I have returned from my stiff-necked ways and from my wicked deeds. 'Cause I remember the way of my forefathers, which sinned before the Most High, and caused our captivity. But guess what? Because of our righteousness and our obedience, all right, he is hearing from heaven. He is forgiving our sin. Therefore, he will heal our land. Okay? And we are going to be brought again into the land which was promised with an oath unto our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We will be lords over our land again. We will be increased. We will not be ashamed any longer. We will not be diminished. There is going to be an everlasting covenant made with us. That he is going to be our power. And we are his people. And no longer, no more will we ever be driven out of the land that was promised to us and given to us. Okay, you wicked people is about to be dealt with. All right? So we're here now, people. That's why we're in this paradigm shift. Okay? So you see this. All right? I done brung it all the way around, full circle. All right? You destroyed the people of these lands. Okay? You portrayed yourselves to be the bringers of civilization, but really you were the destroyers of great civilization. Okay? Now, this is 1 minute and 50 seconds. Let's see where we are in this audio. So they built their kingdom on bloodshed. They built their kingdom on bloodshed. Okay? So now let's see what the scripture says about that. When you establish a city or a town on iniquity, let's see what the scripture says about that, okay? 1 second. And we're going to get to that too. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Habakkuk 2:12, and there's another one. Yeah. Let's just go to Habakkuk 2. 1 second, people. Alright. Oh my God. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay? See, you got to boast and brag in the blessings of Lucifer that was gotten in ill-gotten gain. Alright? Shall they not rise up suddenly that they... Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? See, understand, for a long time we've been sleeping, but now we are awakened. And now we're vexing your spirit. I'm not doing it on purpose, like to deliberately hurt you, nations. Okay? But yet your spirit is vexed. Because you know that which I speak is the absolute truth. And you know at some point you're going to have to come face to face with this truth. Alright? And understand that you're going to have to atone for your transgressions and for the transgressions of your forefathers who handed you down your blessings of Lucifer. Okay? This is why you will have to serve in righteousness. Okay? It's not going to be done in wickedness. It's going to be done in righteousness. All right? Unlike how we were made to serve in great wickedness. All of this time, you forced the indigenous seed of this land to serve. Okay? All the CEOs of this land are Europeans. Okay? So all these wicked people here in America, they had our people working for their corporations, I'm sure. Probably in the lowest apartments, and paid us little to nothing. Therefore, they caused us to serve in great wickedness. They got to live lavishly. We lived in poverty. Okay? But it ain't gonna be that way for the righteous of you. When you serve in righteousness, you're going to reap all the blessings thereof. You're going to be reaping the blessings of the land. But you're going to be tending to the land. You're going to be dressing the vineyards. You're going to be planting the gardens. You're going to be doing the work. But you're going to be also partaking of the blessings in abundance. Okay? Unlike us, we were not allowed to take in to partake of the blessings of Lucifer in abundance. No. We were made to slave for our bare necessities. You're not going to have to slave for your bare necessities. You're going to have everything that you want and need without having to slave for it. Okay? But in righteousness, you are going to serve the indigenous people of these lands. Those of you who are righteous. All right? Those of you who will have the ears to hear, the heart to receive, and the eyes to see, you will humble yourself. You will want to serve us in righteousness. I know that this may sound very crazy right now to many people, but this is biblical prophecy. It's not going to be done in wickedness, people. You're going to serve in righteousness if you are righteous. All right? So, yes. We're only biting you because the spirit of truth, the word that we speak via the spirit of truth, is sharper than any two-edged sword. So it hurts, okay? And what we're saying vexes you because it is a truth that you're going to have to face. And you know that you are going to have to serve us in righteousness if you are righteous. But if you're wicked, understand that you're going to be dealt with very harshly. All right? And it ain't the Great Spirit that's bringing that upon you. You're bringing it upon yourself. All right? And it's not going to be at our hands. It's not going to be at the hands of the righteous. We're not going to do anything to you that we wouldn't want done to ourselves. However, there's 2/3 of my people that are rebellious to the Holy Spirit, to the Spirit of truth. And they are seeking revenge. Okay? There's a whole bunch of my people that cannot wait. Okay? To get it in. All right? And understand. There's higher powers than just, what we know in the physical. Okay? There's some of my people that are working with the dark powers. Okay? Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth in evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. See, this Queen Isabella, okay, lusted, coveted, all right, coveted, gold fever struck, okay. They wanted gold-filled lands at any cost. Didn't matter how much bloodshed. needed to be spilt for it. Okay? To this day, one second. To this day, this is in the Vatican and, your queen, all right, in Europe, okay? But all of this was stolen from the indigenous people. Bruh. And it's just sitting there. They impoverished nations of people in order to just have racks and racks and racks of gold to go and stare at. You think this came from the Great Spirit? Woe to him that increases that which is not his. Have you watched the Leprechaun movies? What happens when you get ill-gotten gain? Ill-gotten gain. Ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten gains are things that someone has obtained in a dishonest or illegal way. But many leaders have invested their ill-gotten gains. Alright? Bruh. But it can't last for eternity. It's only for a certain amount of time. Benefits obtained in an evil manner or by dishonest means. Alright? You came and you raped, robbed, and murdered a people. And you are still sitting your ass on us. Okay? You still got your foot on us. Alright? And you refuse to acknowledge it. Let alone give back what your people have stolen. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. How you gonna be delivered from the power of evil when you did evil? Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establishes a city by iniquity. Behold, did not the Most High of hosts say that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity? You're chasing money and materialistic things. You're laboring for money and materialistic things. So you're laboring for vanity. You're laboring for things that cannot last for eternity. Alright, but here soon the earth is going to be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Most High, as the waters cover the sea. And we, the children of light, is ushering this in. Alright. So people understand all this blood that you shed. Numbers 35:33. Do not pollute the land where you are. This was instructed of our people, that we were not to pollute the land. Bloodshed pollutes the land. Okay? When you spill blood, that pollutes the land. When you kill an animal, its blood is shed. Its blood seeps into the earth. Okay? That's pollution of the land. This was the transgression that my people were doing. Therefore, that eternal law of reaping what we sown was poured out upon us. And the blood that we shed of the animals was shed of us by the hands of the worst of the heathen. Okay? Therefore, this was the atonement, okay, upon our people. We were made to serve our enemies. We were made to pay with our lives. Okay, because we took the lives of the innocent creation. So we were made to pay with our lives and our blood and by harsh bondage. We were broken as a people. We went through the fires of purging. All right? So this is all a part of the eternal law. Atonement cannot be made for the land on which blood has been shed, except the blood of the one who shed it. Okay? So understand that that pendulum, that eternal law, is swinging back to those who were allowed to come bring retribution upon us. Okay? Bring judgment upon us. The Great Spirit allowed this judgment, did not bring this judgment, because had we been obedient, we would have been protected. But because we refused obedience, he removed protection and allowed these brutal heathens to come destroy us, put us to the sword. Okay? And now, guess what? The land has still been polluted with much bloodshed. Okay? But in order for the land to be purged of the bloodshed, the blood of those who shed blood is going to be spilled. Okay? So all you wicked people, just be prepared to be dealt with. Okay? Because your blood is about to be spilled. Not by the hands of the righteous. Because we learned our lesson. So we gonna keep our hands pure. Okay? We just speak the eternal living word. That's my job. My job is to speak this living word. Okay? But I ain't gonna do anything to anybody that I wouldn't want done to myself. Okay? But the wicked gonna be taking out the wicked. Alright? So do not defile the land where you live and where I dwell, saith the Most High. For I, the Most High, dwell among the Israelites. We are the Israelites. We are the true biblical people. And the lands of the Americas is the true biblical land. Okay? Now, on that note, people, I am going to start up a new one. Okay? So we're going to end it there. I'm going to start up a new one. And we're going to continue a little bit, okay? So understand what you have done, people. Understand. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establishes a city in iniquity. Okay, this is what these wicked people have done by any means necessary. Alright? So, all so that they could obtain their God. Okay? Their God. Okay? Their God. Now, we are in a paradigm shift, okay? Because, the children of light has been risen. That's what I was looking for. I closed it out already. But I need it back. Alright? Because I'm closing out with this. Alright? So, the ill-gotten gains. Alright? So, you can see here. Since the Vatican had decreed that the indigenous people of the Americas were not human and thus had no souls, anything was tolerated in the blind pursuit of the one and only God, gold. Okay? Ill-gotten gain. Alright? Alright? They did this to us. They destroyed us as a people. Okay? But we're in a paradigm shift now, people. Alright? I come in love. Okay? I'm not here to deliberately hurt people, but the truth hurts. Okay? I'm sorry that you were lied to. I was lied to as well. We were all born into this false reality, But I had to live a life of hell, you know, as I, wondered why. Okay, but now I know why. And now, people, you all have a genuine opportunity to humble yourself like a child, unlearn the wisdom of this world, and relearn via the spirit of truth. Okay? I am unity and purpose driven. Okay? I'm here to bring divine love to all humanity and all creation. I don't come in hatred. Okay? On that note, I shall be right back. Shalom.